The stretch run,
All right,
post All-Star break, part of the season. What's your vibe about the team? How do we feel going into this final? What do we got? 28?
28 games.
Yeah.
I still feel like they're a team to be reckoned with. I mean, the other thing though is we always say is you can't really stop what other teams are doing. And so right now the Nuggets on an 8-game win streak.
Yeah.
They're playing extremely well. They've jumped up to just a half game behind the Grizzlies, and so the Lakers made their trade, and I think they're 5th because Houston is still is 4th. The Lakers are 5th. The thing that has happened is those teams have won enough to where that distance is one in which you can be caught. I just start to look at the 6th place team, which is I think 5 games behind the Grizzlies. So you would think the goal is, you want to stay as high as you can and play good basketball, but the goal is also to make sure you get in the playoffs without having to do the play-in. Sure. And so for this Grizzlies team, it is. I think this is a crucial run for them, and a big part is going to be how healthy they are. How much do they get an opportunity to play with a full roster so that you can start to? To me, you got to start to work on some rotations as you're going to get to the playoffs because you would guess that once you get to the playoffs, guys are going to start playing 34, 30, like your minutes will increase. And so with minutes that increase, that means that it gets a little shorter. But if you never have your full complement of guys or it's an in and out, then you never get a chance to start to work on that. And so I think that is something that will help this team. But I still feel the same way. I still think that they are a top team in the West that can beat any team behind them at this juncture. The only problem is just Oklahoma City's just.
They're really good. I mean, every team has got to figure out how to beat them.
Yes. It's not just the Grizzlies. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Yeah. Nobody has figured it out to this point.
I say that about Boston. Well, I don't say nobody's figured it out because everybody, I guess, has had a chance now for a long time with Boston.
Right.
We're going to see Cleveland on this road trip.
Yes. Yes.
I guess I just haven't seen them enough to know if they're
deep. They're a deep team, and the thing about what makes Cleveland really good is which is the same as Oklahoma City. It's why they have the 2 best records in the league, the same record, is they have offensive players that play defense. Mm-hmm. When you can get your main offensive guys to be defensive contributors, that's just a world of it changes the game for your entire team. And so that's what they have. You think that with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, not saying that you got to be a defensive stopper, but you give defensive effort. Yeah. On that end, they do that. Evan Mobley, who has changed on the offensive end, he's always been a defender, so he's there. They've gotten guys back and getting Max Strus back, and so they're a team that I think will be there to the end because they do play both sides and they have explosive guys on the offensive end.
Right, and then we got Indiana and Orlando as well on a back-to-back.
The thing for Orlando is a lot of talent. They just can't score. Yeah. Like you watch, you see, and you say, well, they got Banchero and they got Wagner back, and they're long and they're this and they play great defense. This is the issue comes in on the offensive end where I mean they can give you under 100 easily. In Indiana, I just don't. It's like they're one of those teams you like. It's like well, they should be good, and then you play them and it's like they can be, but then all of a sudden it just falters. And I think a lot of it is just they haven't had the same Halliburton that they've been accustomed to.
We've had success against Indiana here recently. We've covered the last 7, Brev.
Covered? How many did we do? We won? Or did we just, for me, I'm a bottom. Like that cover don't mean jack shit if we losing the game. So the success is the success wins or is the success covering? Because we might have been successful in covering in Boston, but damn, we wasn't winning.
No. We've been winning some games too.
Okay.
I don't know what the streak is, but it's positive. It's positive against Indiana recently.
Dez and Jaren go back, and they usually have good games.
Yeah.
When we go back to that area, and now that is a fantastic arena. I mean, if you sat me up, that arena is to me one of the best in the league. The changes that they made to that arena and how it is, that is fantastic. And
Yeah.
probably fantastic because we also still sit on the floor, so that's a little bit more.
That's cool. Yeah.